Hey, hey, ho, ho. Gabsy's back with another late wall. Let's go. Hey, ho. Gabsy's back with another late wall. Hey, hey, ho, ho. Gabsy's back with a wall. Let's go. All right, people. We are back again for another late night war. This is the third one in a row, I think. Yeah, should be the third one in a row. And as you can see, we're going up against ZEE with an N, Zealots of the Swarm. And yeah, this is war number 8. But before we get into war number 8, let's go back to our last war and see the stats. So, yes, by the skin of our teeth, we managed to get the dub, unfortunately, from X-Men Phoenix. Now, I'm not going to go into the details from this last war, but I could only say this was the biggest robbery of all time. And yeah, I think this war was completely let down. It was quite lucky how we got a win, and yeah, hopefully we can have a good war, really awesome war, not based off from winning on time. So yeah, but other than that, let's get into the bans, and they have banned Crossbones, Nico, Okoye, the Doggo again is banned, which is quite sad. And they banned Title by the Women. So, yeah, pretty somewhat decent bans. But they didn't ban this one champ, which I finally get to bring. And you can see it on the screen. No, it is not Chavez. It is our latest, newest rank 4, Kushala, the mother flipping mystic goat. And yeah, so we're going to be bringing Kushala in for this war. It might be the only war we get to bring her in because every other alliance has been banning her, Sage. But yeah, we're going to make the most out of it, bring Kushala. No mini today. We are going to be back on Path 7 and of course doing Path 8. So yeah, let's get into it, shall we? So we are still on the grind to get in a top 20 Masters finish. So yeah, hopefully we can cook this war and yeah, just have fun while doing it. So we're going to be going up against Cheeilth, against using Kushala, and then we got Arcade as well, which we will be surprisingly taking with Kushala. Yes, no, there's no Cosmic Champ, but this fight does work, and I will show you in a sec. And then we're going to be taking Galan on Supercharge. And then we have, of course, the mutant that we've been bullying for the last couple wars. Doesn't need any introduction. And we're going to be taking it with, yeah, you already know. No mini today since already has been assigned. So that's unfortunate. Although there were a few minis that I really wanted to do. But it is what it is. At the end of the day, we just got to take what's been given to us. And so, yeah, we're just going to roll with that. So, starting off with our first fight, which is Kushala versus Chi. Sorry if I'm sniffling too much. I had recently been recovering from a cold, so hopefully I can recover from that. And yeah, so this is pretty much a pretty not bad fight, to be fair. Like, the aim here, we just basically don't throw a special and yeah, just hit her until she dies. Like, pretty much that's the play. And we have got a pretty good safety net since we are going to be bleed immune. So yeah, if we do get punished, we don't need to worry as Kushala is bleed immune. So yeah, that's pretty much all we need to worry about. Yeah. So the fight begins and we're going for the heavy punish, which is beautiful. And from there we can just combo her, pretty much. So she is doing some combos, which is nice. We can eventually hit a block as well, so she can bait on SB1, and in that way, we can get some openings. We can go for some intercepts as well. It is not going to feed her any debuffs, but it will feed us our blessing, which is pretty nice to have, I guess. So that's not too bad. But the aim ideally here is mostly just to hit her, and don't throw a single special. So we're just trying to make sure that she's above the threshold of almost towards passing SB1 and halfway towards SB2. So that way we can just combo her. But unfortunately, we went for a double parry there, which is not ideal. But yeah, she was coming at me with a bit of aggression, so I decided to go for the double parry so I can get some breathing space. But it's okay, nothing too crazy. It's not the end of the world. So we are getting backed up in the corner, which is fine. We just have to go for some combos. We're going to try and bait our heavy, which is fine. And yeah, we hit her block a little bit to create some distance. And yeah, pretty much we are chilling. She throws an SB1, which is what we love to see. And we can go in and hit her some more. A bit of a slow fight, but then again, it's a pretty safe fight, to be fair, because there's nothing too bad that's going to happen here. Like, there's no risk of dying here unless I be a fool and click that juicy red button, which I am absolutely not going to press because my impulses are really, really good. So yeah, I don't let my impulses get the better of me. So yeah, even if she's at 5%, I would still not even hit that button because that is not, actually no, even at 5%, I feel like it would kill, but like, I don't even want to risk it, to be fair. Or do I? Nah. She goes down anyway, so that's all good. So yeah, pretty standard Kushala fight there. So nothing too crazy, nothing too bad. Like, we weren't gonna die there, so it is what it is. Next up, we've got this arcade fight. Now, there's a lot of things to keep in mind for this arcade fight. Number one is arcade's gonna be incinerate immune. So we can't rely on our incinerates to do any sort of damage unless he's fighting a cosmic champ. But yeah, he's gonna be incinerate immune. I did do some testing before this fight, and yeah, Kushala's debuffs are going to work. Number two, we have to be careful of tranquilize, because if we go for tranquilize and we throw a special, of course we're not going to do any damage. So Soul Bob is going to be very RNG reliant. I mean, you could get a passive Soul Bob based on the SIG, but other than that, it all comes down to if you have the tranquilize or yourself or not. But ideally, we're going to be going for SB3s because that way we can get the degen and that should be melting him smoothly. But before we go for the SB3, we need to make sure, one, we don't have the tranquilize on us, and two, all our blessings are active. That way we can utilize our big damage and watch him melt slowly. So we are hitting him, going for a few combos. He is at SB1, which we are going to try and punish, which we do nicely. We do get hit there, but it's not the end of the world. We do get hit in the poison cloud. We do pass the poison cloud, but again, it's not the end of the world. Tranquilize is off from us, so we can go in for a punish, which is nice. And we have all our blessings up, so now we can go in for the SB3. And yeah, we have the skip button, so yeah, we can just utilize that. And yeah, his health already is starting to melt. So yeah, and somehow I do get hit again from that special, which is annoying. But now we can parry him because we have the blue blessing up, which allows us to bypass these non-damaging effects. So we are able to parry him freely. So that's pretty good utility there from Kushala, knowing that she has access to that. We do somehow get, unfortunately, clipped from that SB1, but of course it's not the end of the world. He does have a lot of charges on him, which ideally is not the end of the world. We can just parry heavy constantly and knock him down to remove all those charges. And as you can see, he now has no charges. We are at 31 HP, which we are keeping mindful of. So we do have to be careful. We're going for the relic. We're doing going for the heavy. So we're going for the SB3 since our parry was failing there. So just to get away from being backed up in the corner, we do get the dex off, which is nice. And we get the parry off. And then we're just going for some few combos. A few more combos. Hold block, bait out heavy, which is nice. Nothing too crazy. And we can just combo him to death. So, yeah, it was getting a bit frisky there. We were getting backed up in the corner. Our parry did fail. And, yeah, if I made one false move, I could have been comboed and I would have died. So, yeah, it was pretty much a risky fight. It would have been a lot easier if I used the Cosmic Champ. But, hey, we manage, we get through. So, there is no problem there. And unfortunately, there's no one in my pod to back me up. So, again, I'm going to have to be recycling some more units for energy. The good thing is, like I said, we're not taking a mini, so there's not a lot of energy that has to be wasted during this run. But then again, it still kind of hurts because I have to use energy. And I just realized that I wasn't even using Mystic Boost. Yeah, that's on me. I feel I'm quite ditzy for not running Mystic Boost, because if I died there, I would have looked back on this and think, oh my goodness, Gabs, you weren't running Mystic Boost. Like, what are you doing? Are you insane? So, yeah, we're going to run Mystic Boost. Like, not that it matters. Like, we're not taking a really hefty, like, beefy fight. But Mystic Boosts are, I guess you could say, it's nice to have. It's nice to run. I mean, it gives you the damage boost. And, yeah, they help out. Even if you feel like things are going shit, if you run a Mystic Boost, like, it helps out. I feel like if I run a Mystic Boost, that fight would have ended much quickly. But hey, it is what it is. Anyway, we got this supercharge, Galan, standard Chavez fight, pretty much. Get your dimensions up. Ideally the dark blue dimension so we can reduce the power gain, because we're going to be spamming heavies back to back to back to back. And yeah, once the power gain is reversed, we we'll be able to get some Mystic Dispersion. Of course, he's get the Intensify as well, which also gives him some Harvest. But that's not the end of the world, because that's exactly why I wanted to get our dimensions up, so we can throw in their special and reduce his planetary mass. Because when you throw specials when Galan has planetary mass, you reduce them by a certain amount, so I guess that's not bad. We're going for the light blue dimension into SP2, and pretty much the fight is almost over, so we can reload it, go in again, go for an SP2, and yeah, the fight's done. So yeah, I don't know what the hell displacement is. Like, I don't know if the alliance is wilding or something. They could have put probably someone cancer here, but hey, they want to put defenders where they are. That's on them. So yeah, fair play. Like, I guarantee I probably could have done that fight with Kushala maybe. Ideally, because Galan is nullified immune, but yeah, you just go for SP2s and you're pretty much cooking. Anyway, yeah, we're back to this fraud, which I've cooked so many times. Yeah, we have to face him again, because like they keep placing him here. I thought Cersei was the placement that they put here, but no, because he's tactic. They decided, yeah, let's put Gay Star here on this placement and see if he gets killed. Like, just why? Just I don't understand why. You know what? I'm feeling bold. We're not gonna run any Grey Boots, because we've done this fight several times. We know the ins and outs of this fight from the back of our hand, and yeah, I just don't see why they put this placement here. So we're gonna go in. All we gotta do is, build up some combos by doing some nice crispy intercepts. He does dash back there, but we went for an intercept right there. And now we're gonna bait his SB1. And which he does perfectly. We go in for the heavy punish, and we try to go for an intercept, which we get a lot off. And then we go in for an SB1. And yeah, that gets the disintegration up, which is nice. He combos us, dash back. We go in for some combos. We are going to bait an SB1 because the protection's about to get up. We go for heavy, and just about it gets it down. Now that is what we like to see. Now we can just combo. Of course, the disintegration is going to be up. But then we go for an SB2, and boom. It does a chunk of damage all the way down to 49%. I don't understand why this Northstar is on this placement. I mean, it comes down to, okay, we just get clipped there, and like that's like real bad. I'm like, what? Maybe I should just stop speaking and just lock in, because he just got a ton of prowess just so quickly, but because that prowess took a bunch of damage, we are going to be most likely healing all back up. And thanks to the tactic for topping us off, we are not in the fray. Yeah, I think I understand what the problem was, what I did there. Yeah, I was too far from the heavy reach, which is not bad. I mean, it's not ideal, it's not the end of the world, but yeah, okay. I see what the problem was there, and I did a lot of damage, I'm not gonna lie. He is our prowess now, so that's calm. He's gonna throw his SP1. I'm gonna make sure that I do a light, so I get some distance. He's gonna throw his SP1 again, and we're gonna do some combos. We're gonna try bait out his SP2. Block, and dex a little bit. And we're going for the SP2. And the protection comes back. But then somehow that end bit just managed to clip him. And I'm like, okay, nice. And yeah, we just combo him to death. And yeah, he goes down. But yeah, that combo, he did at 15 prowess. That could have been bad. If all of that crit, I probably would have been dead. And I would have took that to the... It would have been a slap to the face. After all that verbal yap I just said. It would have been a slap to the face if I got cooked there. But we didn't. And yeah, so... That pretty much wraps up the wall for me. Again, no mini, but it is what it is. Hopefully the boys will wrap up this war well. We're trying to get the donut. We're trying to have a good war. Trying to win as well. And yeah, hopefully we can do that. If you enjoy this video, guys, like, subscribe, and yeah, drop a comment on what fight you enjoy the most. And yeah, I hope to see you next one. Peace out and GG's.